Welcome everyone to the Wednesday weekly chat with Chef Fee Monroe, Consulting Birthing Change. And we are here to discuss, well, we're going to be talking about, I hope you all can hear me too. Hi everyone, I'm out on the coast in Portland, Oregon. Technically I'm on vacation, but I didn't want to miss Wednesday. So I'm here at a little cafe and I hope the cars aren't too noisy back there. But we're here at the Wednesday weekly chat, and I think it's the 106th one I've done so far, covering different things. And the whole goal is that we come together every Wednesday to talk about, in 20 minutes, what things we can do to scale our business as health professionals, as doulas, how to become more culturally competent in the work that we're doing, and of course, how can we improve birth outcomes and help reduce maternal deaths and really build family, build community. And really, I think the whole point of the black midwife of the 20th century as a spiritual person was really to create world peace, to create healthy communities so that we could have love and succeed on every level. So that's what these chats are all about. The foundation of these chats is to create harmony, because without harmony, we can't have positive birth outcomes, we can't have happy families, and we're not going to be productive in our life. So that's why this is so important. And so this week I want to talk about forgiveness and birth. So forgiveness and birth. What is forgiveness? Forgiveness means that the person who has been offended has made the deliberate or intentional decision to let go of a hurt. So that person's we've made an intentional decision to let go of a hurt. And when I say forgiveness and birth, I am focusing on three things. The person who birthed their baby, self-forgiveness for that situation. I'll go back in a moment. And the other piece is forgiving ourselves as the birth provider or as the doula, the person who was involved with the birth. So I'm going to start first with the person who had the baby, the birthing person, the birthing mother. A lot of times I've talked to women over the years, and a lot of depression, a lot of anger, a lot of disappointment, really mad at themselves that they did not have the birth that they had desired. They did not have the birth that they had put in their birth plan. They did not have the birth that they said they were going to have. They wanted to squat. They wanted to water birth. They wanted their baby put right on their chest. Or they wanted to, cut the cord themselves. Or they wanted to have a vaginal birth after a cesarean section. There's so many different things that we, the women or birthing people, think about while we're pregnant of how we want our birth to be. Usually it's very idealistic. We've had so much movement about what is considered a good birth, what is considered physiological birth. So if we don't meet those societal expectations, I'm going to say for the United States, I can't speak for other countries, but right now for the United States, if we don't meet those expectations and we come out as a birthing woman and the birthing person very upset at ourselves. And I've seen women go into deep depression, literally, where they're so angry. One even felt that she could not become a birth worker because she's not really a woman, because she couldn't even have a vaginal birth, or she could not have an unmedicated birth. Or women say, I failed at the last minute. I had an epidural. Oh, I messed up at the last minute. I tore. So there's all these things that we put on ourselves. So we have to figure out, as the people who are birthing the children, where does the forgiveness come in birth? How do we forgive ourselves first? And I think that's an important concept, because in order to adjust to your birth experience and to go back to your birth experience and see beauty and light, you have to forgive yourself that you did not fail. And I think I'm going to move on now to the birthing provider. So my battery has 20%, it says. Let's see here. To the birthing provider. And so often, if you are a doula or a midwife and you're making your visits to your client postpartum, and they're saying how, so how are you feeling? How was things? I really messed up. Even things like I screamed, I was so loud during my birth, or all the things I mentioned. It's our job to help them to work through it and to say that, first of all, let them process why they're so upset with themselves. Give them a chance to talk about what they thought was their ideal birth. Let them talk about why they think they failed. And then when they're done with all that talking, suggest to them that they work on forgiving themselves, that they not be angry at themselves, to help them see that there's no such thing as a failed birth. And I think the more we work as healthcare providers and doulas and birth workers to keep explaining to women, that however you birth your baby, I'm not saying that let anything happen to you, but what we have to understand that you only have so much power with your body. Your body, you don't dictate to your body when to have the baby and how to have the baby. We do put intentions there, but we still are trying to figure out in science really what even makes someone go into labor. We're still trying to figure that out. They think it's the baby, they think it's the placenta. What makes someone have a long labor? She jogged, she's vegan, she did yoga every day, she mantras, she prayed, she still has cesarean section. She gained the right weight. She was never anemic. She had a home birth midwife. Is that still a failure when she did everything what she thought was right? And she still angered herself? So we as a birth workers have to help these women to forgive themselves, to let go of the anger, because it's a conscious choice. Forgiveness, again, is the deliberate intention to let go of the anger. And when we do that, it allows that person, it frees up mental space. We take a lot of time to relive a trauma over and over and over, whether it's a birth trauma or at the job or something horrible that's happened. So trying to get the mother to free up that space, realize that the more she can free up her space by forgiving herself, the more good things are coming to her mind instead. And also, if she can't forgive herself, often she can't forgive her baby. A lot of people cannot connect with their baby. Their baby represents trauma for them. That cesarean section that they didn't want, that they did not want, that so-called VBAC that didn't happen, or the long labor, or the big tear, or the fact that they screamed, or whatever. A lot of those people, birthing people, mothers, unfortunately can direct that experience every time they look at their baby. So it's important that we talk about how do we forgive ourselves in birth. And so it's a big topic. Forgiveness is not a one-day thing. Even if your client does talk to you about it, it still takes a process of her having to write out talk therapy over and over and over until she gets there. What is she upset about? And help her work through that. She did not do anything wrong. She did the best she could. And that she's making a conscious choice. Again, forgiveness is a conscious choice to let go of her anger. And so she's making a conscious choice to no longer be angry at herself because she didn't do anything wrong. And so I just want to go with that part and let you think about that for a minute. And then, as a birth worker, that we also forgive ourselves. A lot of times I've had one midwife say on Facebook, wow, I did everything for my mom. I had to bring her into the hospital as a transport. Or I did everything I could. My clients still had a cesarean section. So we often wonder, did I not study well? Did I not use the right techniques? Did I not tell her to breathe the right way? We take on a lot of responsibility for someone's birth and wind up blaming ourselves. And so we have to forgive ourselves that, maybe we did bring her in too soon. And maybe we didn't tell her to breathe the right way. Maybe we didn't jump in front of the doctor and say, hey, don't put those scissors on her perineum. There's all these different scenarios. But no matter what happens, we also have to forgive ourselves as birth workers and not beat ourselves up that perhaps we did not make the right statement. We didn't say something to the partner in the right way, because we're human and we're going to make mistakes. And birth is not perfect, and the world's not perfect, and life is not perfect. And people say that it is, they're not being honest. Every single day we're striving to be better spiritual beings, better human beings. We're constantly learning. And so we learn from something. We try not to repeat it if we can, depending on the situation. So as birth workers, we need to forgive ourselves. And if you feel that you have offended a client and you didn't do something wrong, and if it's going to make you feel better, go to them and ask them. When I told you to push and I said push now, did I offend you? They might say no. A lot of times we're beating ourselves up in our own mind when the client themselves doesn't even see what we see. So first of all, see if they see it, say it. Did you feel that was offensive? If they say no, then let it go. Work on why you're feeling that way, that you're being too sensitive. If they say yes, now that I think about it, I don't like how you talked to my mom. I don't like how you spoke to me at that time. Then you can say, you know what, I apologize because at that time, the moment, whatever the reason is. And so seek for understanding of yourself, of why you acted what you did, and then talk to your client about why you acted the way that you did. And then for the person who birthed, they need to seek understanding with themselves, why they feeling this way, where's this pressure coming from, and to work on the forgiveness. Because the more we forgive ourselves, the better energy in our body. We're wasting too much time thinking about things that, when we're angry and we don't forgive, the person who offended us, it does not change anything for them. I can be angry with you all day. You're not feeling my anger. I'm way in Portland. You're in Boston. I'm mad at you. Like, so who knows? I'm spending all Mama Shafia's time wasting it being mad at someone. I'd be taking that mental energy, that spiritual energy, and doing something more beneficial. So that's why we want to work on forgiveness in birth and not to be angry. Birth should be beautiful as much as possible, and try to work on, all of us try to work on how we can make it a peaceful experience and always a win-win situation. And if something does go wrong, because yes, we know there are what we call abuses, where things in the medical system was not done correctly. And even there, to a certain extent, going back to the provider themselves and say, what happened? Why did you do that? And see what they have to say. Because again, I want us to think and believe, and I want to believe personally that most people are not doing things out of malice. Most are not. We hear all the bad things on the news. For every bad thing we hear on the news, there's 15 more things that are being done positive. The news never covers good things because it wouldn't make money that way. This country is built on sensationalism and shock therapy and violence. So to the point that if we don't see certain things, it's boring. Oh, she's just walking around. My God, she's walking through a field. Where's the gun? Where's the screaming? We've been conditioned for a lot of drama. So my point is that we want to know that most people that we work with have good intentions. Most birth workers have good intentions. And the more that we can work on our decision to have forgiveness in birth, in the birth process itself, even being forgiving with the body, that the body took so long. It took so long to have the baby, and these things happen. So we have to forgive the body. And then lastly, as parents, a lot of things we do with our children, we have to forgive our children too, because even though we birthed them, we can't control them when they get to a certain point. So I have some short battery life left. It said 10%, and I'm out here somewhere. And so I'm going to see if anything here. Good morning, Valerie, both Bonifacia, Elijah, Phoenix. Good day, you all. And let's see, I'll start from the top. Shalom, Tiffany, and Jocelyn, Audrey, Tasnet, Lydia, Courtney, Valerie. Okay, sisters. Anyone have any comment on a chat talk on forgiveness in birth? Any experiences? Does anyone have anything when mothers are angry at themselves, or anything that you can relate to this? Mothers being depressed with their birth story, or you as birth workers upset with yourself about something that you didn't do or didn't act on or should have said. And if not, that would be great. Okay, well, I don't see any comments. So that was it then. This is it. Forgiveness in birth. Birth should be beautiful. It should not be a time of anger and disappointment. Have you covered... I have not covered mental health, Valerie. That's another topic, but thank you. This is very valid. I struggled with my cesarean when I had my preemie. Thank you, Lydia. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, so that's exactly what I'm saying. I question if I could do this work. So forgiving ourselves, again, forgiving birth, forgiveness in birth. Forgive how our birth went. Forgive our body for what it had to do. Our body does the best it can do. And it's not our body's fault what happened. If we did the best that we could as a person in control of our body, we ate right, we walked, we tried to do what we could. That's the thing about the birth. It's the unknown. And I think the more we try to tell our clients and ourselves that birth is not like driving a car. Like, you learn it, you gas foot, or brake left, all that kind of thing, or riding a bike. Birth has its own mind. And as Jabril Gibran, the poet, says, our children come of us. Our children come through us, they're not of us. So we're a vessel. We don't control how the birth goes. You can't make your labor stop. You can't really make it start. You can't make your contractions get longer. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, Lydia, that we struggle and have a lot of guilt about things. And we have to forgive ourselves that we didn't do anything wrong. We have to make a decision to work through it and to understand what really happened and know that we did the best we could and that we deserve forgiveness. And Kayla Banks, yes, personally it resonates, and I hope that after completing your training, I can carry that forgiveness into the lives of my clients. Yes, thank you, Nakayla. So you all get the point. So these are 20-minute chats. So, just look up forgiveness. And I think as birth workers, if we have the time, any type of psychology short course on how the mind works, because that's part of it. It's not just the body, it's how the mind works, and helping the mind has to forgive the body. Okay, and we have to remember again, we have to be very humble in birth. We cannot control how birth is going to be, so there's no need to be angry at ourselves for what happened in our birth unless we jumped out the window purposely, or we did something crazy. But if you did everything that you could have done, then forgive yourself. And even people have done drugs. People have done drugs while they were pregnant. They have to forgive themselves. Drug addiction is an addiction. Alcoholism they're both medical and mental illnesses. When people drink, it's considered part of the Disability Act when you're in recovery. So even someone has done drugs and things happen, we have to forgive them. They have to forgive themselves, because otherwise you're not doing anything but causing more harm. To continue to beat yourself up every day. I did drugs, now my baby can't walk. Yes, that's horrible. It's true. You did something you shouldn't have done, but you have to forgive yourself, because beating yourself up every day is not going to help your baby to walk. But forgive yourself and take that energy and get your child into physical therapy and find a good school and give it good love and the best you can. That's more conducive. That's the better way to show that you have forgiven yourself. Let it be an action. So with that said, I am going to let you all go. Thank you for coming on as usual. I want to remind you all to go to Chef Feeman Road YouTube. So I've been posting some things on the YouTube. A lot of things on Instagram go to the YouTube now. Everything may not go to Facebook. So if you want to see anything recent, go to the YouTube, or anything in the past. Our next online training is going to be September, near the end of September. Right now, if you go to the website, you cannot log on for the registration. It's closed, but it will be open pretty soon. So then you can log on if you want to take the online training and see anything else. Yeah, online training, and that's it. We'll have some webinars up on cultural competency pretty soon. And other than that, enjoy you all's August. Enjoy the summer, and I'll talk to y'all next week. You can find me at shafiamonroe.com. Right-hand side, contact us. It's a form. Fill out whatever you need. If we can assist, we will. All right, peace and blessings. You all enjoy your day.